I think I'm on. If y'all
You
are
are
on,
on. You are on. And
yes,
we're a go. And
yes.
I love the beach.
Thank you, thank you. You know what? I try to keep positive vibes coming in. They gave me some backgrounds for work. I was like, nope, I am going to channel that all of us will at some point have a vacation. Well, listen, I am so excited to be with you all today. Y'all know y'all are my peeps. I have been in this industry for well over 20 years now. And I think the best people, the best in us work in do good jobs, people who are committed to doing something about the compelling issues of our time. I was listening to Carol's presentation and I'm like, yes, 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 there is so much for us to do. But just for a moment, I want to focus on you, because if you're anything like me, you have been working a lot of hours. As a matter of fact, in the chat, just tell me, on average, how many hours are you working a day? I will raise my hand and tell you, for me, it is 10, sometimes 12 hours a day as we reimagine our lives, our organizations, and the roles that we play in them. Yep, I see y'all are like me. Well, listen, just for a moment, I want to focus on how to power up, because in this season of crisis, it's so important that we intentionally focus on two things: where we place our energy and how we fuel up. Now, the title of this is called Strengthening for the Road Ahead. And I thought, what can I say when so much is in flex? And you know what the truth is? I said, let me back up for a moment and talk about how to power up each day, because most of us are just going day to day. Things are changing, ever evolving. We're wondering if we can go out, if we can travel. Y'all, I just flew to New York last week. And when a person got on the plane without a mask, people almost lost their minds. I was like, whoa, this is some intense stuff, because we are constantly living in this elevated state of fear. And so I want to give you three practices for a powerful day each day. The first is gratitude and grace. You know, I have this philosophy about beginning the day with gratitude and ending with grace. And if you've ever been in one of my leadership courses, you know I believe that leaders set the tone. You set the tone for how the work is done. You set the tone for how people show up and engage with each other. You set the tone often about how we see and value each other and what we appreciate and how we show that. So in a season of crisis, when you never know what's going to hit you each day, it's important that we start with a reflection and a moment of gratitude, that we center ourselves in what we have and we develop a sense of peace, knowing that what we have is enough. And in order to extend that peace throughout the day, we have to embrace grace for ourselves and for each other. You know, I mean, so many young women now who are struggling to show up professionally, or at least what used to be called professionally, because there's so much happening in our households. For some, you have the crazy dog, like I had to send mine for a walk so y'all could actually hear me, but you also have the kids and have become a teacher in homeschool. And most of us never ever wanted to be a teacher. Like, is there anybody on this call now that said, oh my goodness, yes, please send my children home to me for the last 2 months so I can suddenly learn how to do 6th grade math again? I doubt it. I doubt it. As a matter of fact, I suspect that if I polled everybody on the phone, you would say, yes, our teachers deserve a raise. No question. They should be paid more than all of us because they put up with our kids day in and day out, and they do it with a sense of love and grace. We have to offer that same grace to ourselves and each other, so that as we show up, you recognize that people are coming as their best. We're all doing the best we can in the midst of the crisis. And so when you embrace gratitude and extend grace, it helps you stay in a peaceful place. The second thing is presence and possibility. A couple of weeks ago with my team, I had a meditation practitioner come in and teach us about calm abiding, how to embrace the stillness, how to stand and just be. And y'all, you know, most of us have never spent this much time with ourselves. It is a comical thing, but isolation has showed us how much of who we are depends on who we engage with, how we share energy with other people. And so this concept of being present, of not falling into anxiety and fear that is fueled about the perception of what was or our preconceived notions of what will be is our most powerful place. To understand how to be in this moment, to appreciate what is our key to unlocking the possibilities. You see, necessity is the mother of invention. And Carol was talking about all the things that we have stood up quickly that can be done differently, all the issues that need to be addressed, all the changes in organizations. This is an opportunity for you to do that too. As the person who is committed to doing good and making the world a better place, we must also in this season be thinking about how we continue to evolve in our career, how we become a forever learner with the minutes each day that we have, how we unlock new possibilities, because we know every challenge is an opportunity, right? And so as we look at what's happening in this industry, we also have to look at how we're showing up, things that are changing, because the reality is the normal we knew is gone. We're going into the next. And so if we remain present, we can unlock things that often our minds won't let our eyes see when we're focused on the past or have these preconceived notions of the future that are fueling our anxiety. Friends, if we really want to show up powerful and at our best, it requires that we have a practice that enters us into the present. So for some of you, that's meditation. Others, it may be grabbing a journal. Others, it may be something that is much more guided, like the Calm app or some other things. As a matter of fact, in the chat, I'm going to post a link. There is a loving kindness meditation on the American Heart Association website. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, I think I have it. That will walk you through a basic meditation that will usher in peace and compassion and power. I dare you to try it at some point this week. For others of you that do things that usher you into the present or that calm you when you feel like that you're inside of your head without adult supervision. Has anybody else felt like that lately, where there's chaos all around happening in here? You're trying to answer all the emails while be on Zoom 8 hours a day while you have people in your house that are making noise and pulling on you and talking too loud, or you have the spouse who's actually working in the other room and you can hear his whole conversation and can't hear you. Is anybody else living in that crazy world where you're inside your head without adult supervision? Yeah, that's when you need a moment of meditation, a moment of stillness during the day to recenter yourself so you can align with the possibilities in the moment. And then the final thing I will challenge you as an everyday practice is to check in and connect. Check in with those around you, to be accountable, to be your brother's keeper. I read in the news the other day about a guy who had been found in his house. He had had a stroke 5 days ago. And it took that long for somebody to miss him, somebody to check on him. And it was because all the things that normally trigger something being wrong. I don't show up for work. I don't show up for a friend's party. Somebody hasn't heard from me in a while. We're missing. Because while we're socially distant, we have to be intentional about not being isolated. So when people pop into your mind, send them a quick text, pick up the phone and call them. If somebody just strolls through your mind, like you don't even know why you're thinking of them, maybe that's for you to check on them. And then make sure that you honor your connections. In my book, Be Bold, Be Brilliant, Be You, I talk about cultivating meaningful connections. It's very different than the network. You know, the network you have on LinkedIn is 5,000 people, some of which you may not even really know that well. Connections are people who help power your purpose, who give you honest perceptions about what's happening in your life, who open up pathways you didn't even know exist. Listen, real talk. So many of our NGOs now are experiencing hard times. The economy is forcing us to make difficult choices. Many of our colleagues have been laid off or furloughed. It is those connections that will help us through these tough times, not just to survive, but to thrive. So listen, if you want a powerful day, if you want to strengthen in the middle of this struggle, I'm challenging you, gratitude and grace. Begin your day with gratitude and extend your peace with grace. Presence and possibility. Be mindful of the moment. Find a way when your mind starts to run away from you to bring it back to the present and enter the stillness. Power up by taking a moment for you, and then explore the possibilities that are around you, not just for how you're reimagining your job or your role or your organization. You will get a lot about that today, but how you are reimagining you, how you're learning something new in this season. And then finally, check in and connect. We all need to love on each other, to be good to each other. We are creatures of interdependence. And so my health is dependent on your health. And together, we can survive and thrive. Be sure to connect with those people who play meaningful roles in your life so that you keep your relationships even when you're apart. Those are my 3 quick hits for how to have a powerful day. I pray that you have a fantastic rest of your conference. And listen, if you want to be energized, if you need a little inspiration and positive on your social media feed, please connect with me on Instagram. Every Tuesday, I have a Turn Up Tuesday that gives you just a little nugget to help you elevate your life and career to the next level. So that's what I got for you today, David. Thank you, thank you, thank you for keeping this conference, for going virtual with us. I love, love, love that you have brought us together.
Oh, thank you so much, Katrina. Your energy, even though we're hundreds of, well, actually, I guess you're in New York. We may just be around the block from one another.
I'm in Dallas now.
Oh, okay. Well, we're hundreds of miles away, but the energy was coursing through the cyberspace, and I feel all the better. You should take a look at the comments section. You inspired a lot of people. Some people are using adult coloring books, and there were a few votes for wine, heavy doses of wine.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
a common
I
influence.
am a big supporter of that in moderation, trust me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you so much. I'll see y'all on Instagram. Somebody asked me, at Katrina McGee. Here, I'll type it into the chat as we move forward.
There it goes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Love y'all.
Take care.